What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and a brand new Fortnite Power Hour is happening later today, so I thought I'd make a video recapping all the information you need to know about this Power Hour so you can figure out if it's something you want to actually participate in, or if you're going to end up skipping it. So firstly, there's no free cosmetic rewards that we're aware of. Maybe they'll throw something out there out of the blue, but at least from what we've heard, it's just, a fun little Power Hour to have in the game. They've been doing a lot more of these, and it's been interesting to see how it's kind of centralized to more of like a Eastern time zone thing, and not really a time zone for other people who are in other parts of the world. But we have a brand new Love and Legend Power Hour that is starting today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, so by the time this video goes up, in around like 3 hours. It has a few different changes in it. Some of them I didn't think would actually happen in Battle Royale or Zero build, so let's talk about it. Firstly, everyone right when you jump out of the battle bus will start with the empowered Cupid Crossbow, which they mention is a one-shot to eliminate or destroy builds. Now, looking in the API, or I guess looking in the files more particularly, I'm not for sure if it's actually going to be a one-shot to all builds or not. Maybe they can go ahead and hotfix the damage, and maybe they're planning to do that after this goes live. But the empowered Cupid's Crossbow, at least as of right now, pre-hotfixed for the Power Hour, it does 96 damage normally, and then with a headshot as a 2.25x multiplier, meaning headshots do around 216 damage. Now, if you're someone who plays Zero build like me and you have the overshield, that means you can technically tank one shot pre-buff with the Cupid's empowered crossbow to the head, because of the fact that, even if you get headshot or whatever else, you have the 100 shield, 100 normal health, and then you have the 50 overshield, meaning you'll have like 20 or 30 HP left and you can kind of survive one shot. But in Battle Royale, if you got headshot, you're completely gone. But of course, as I mentioned, they could hotfix it so that any shot from it is going to be a one-shot, since that's how they kind of like advertised it for the Power Hour. And with these Power Hours, they usually push out a hotfix the exact moment it goes live in order to enable certain things, disable other things. So we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. And the next item you spawn in with is actually this item right here, the self-revive device. So if you get knocked down in solos, duos, trio, squad, whatever you're playing, and you have a actual, safe area to revive yourself, everyone who gets into a match is going to actually spawn in with a self-revive device, meaning you're not just getting an overpowered crossbow as long as you're accurate with it, but you're also getting the ability to give yourself a second chance when you're down but not out, assuming you don't accidentally get knocked or whatever else, assuming that you don't have someone else that's just trying to like thirst or finish you. If you're playing duos or something and your teammates get in a build fight with the people who actually knocked you, perfect time to go ahead and revive yourself and get yourself back into the action. Other than that, we do have a few other changes. So firstly, let's see if this match actually has it. We don't have it this match. Sometimes right now in Battle Royale, you can get a heart-shaped storm. For an entire hour during the Power Hour, the heart-shaped storm is going to be 100% activated the entire time. When I was playing and doing quests the other day, I actually managed to get the heart-shaped storm like twice, but I didn't get it more than that. So it's going to be interesting to see how that storm actually plays into the, gameplay mix for a whole entire hour, since you'll be able to actually experience it and get a confirmed hour to mess around with it. I remember the match I played when it was enabled, it felt a little weird. It felt like some areas were like just not really moving at all, while other areas were rapidly moving. So it'll be interesting to see after we get more experience with the storm, was it a good change or was it not? But of course, that is one of the things that'll be active during the Power Hour as well. They seem to really like these whole like changing storm circle things, and they've been doing that a lot during Power Hours. So it makes me wonder if they plan to have changing storm circles for events a lot more often in the future, making, what is Godzilla doing? But making sure that everyone, has an opportunity to try out all these different shapes and sizes. And maybe, one day they'll end up making an announcement like, hey guys, we've decided that we're going to go ahead and change up competitive to use a specific competitive, optimized storm circle or something like that. Maybe that's something we get later down the line. But for the last change, the one that I want to save to the end because it's going to be the one I kind of rant a little bit about, we have the friendship bubbles, which will appear on the map as rift encounters. Now, a friendship bubble works exactly like the friend zone bubble from Delulu. If you remember that, it uses the exact same mesh and everything else. The only difference is you don't throw it down like a shield bubble anymore, and instead it's going to be something that just kind of randomly spawns in locations. Now, if you never played Delulu, or if you didn't know the leaks on how the friend zone bubble actually worked, or I guess in this case the friendship bubble, when you're inside of it, you can't damage other people inside of it. No one inside of the bubble can damage each other. It's just an area for you to have fun, emote around or whatever else. And while it's interesting to see that that's going to be a very common rift encounter during this power hour. I can't help but feel like it's a little weird because we literally have an option to report people in Fortnite Battle Royale and Zero Build for teaming. You know, that is something that's like against the rules technically, is teaming in Battle Royale, teaming in Zero Build, all that type of stuff. So why do we have a new rift encounter that basically encourages a bannable offense? You know, I understand it in modes like Delulu, where it's more, you know, gimmicky, where you just kind of interact with other people, have fun talking to other people, but Battle Royale isn't really about that interaction part, right? You don't even have proximity chat, so it's not like you're going to be going over into that area, you know, talking to the other people inside the friendship bubble or anything. No, you'll just be able to see everyone else in the area, just like, hey, you know, this is a safe spot to heal or whatever for a few moments, you know, reload my gun before a gunfight battle or something like that, and everyone's going to be waiting until someone else goes out of the bubble, or, you know, the bubble actually pops or goes away or whatever, in order to start having actual combat, or maybe they'll all team up together. So it's a little weird to see that becoming a rift encounter in Battle Royale. You know, something that was a bannable offense is now technically encouraged through a mini game anomaly. But I would love to see what you guys think about that in the comments down below. How do you feel about this power hour? And they've been doing a lot of power hours. There's a lot more planned, but it appears there's no actual extra rewards, except for the fact that this power hour isn't just going to run today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, but it will also repeat Sunday, February 8th at 10 in the morning Eastern Time as well, for people on a different time zone. So unlike the South Park power hours where they actually ended up happening at 3:30 every single time, this one has the option to go at an earlier time, you know, just the day later, so that if you're someone who wants to actually play it at a different time when it's more proper for you, you know, you have different time zones or whatever, so the 3:30 p.m. one didn't work for you, you at least get an option to experience it in the morning for you or something, you know, instead of having experienced it at midnight or something your time. And it also means that if you're someone who's usually up in the morning and you're perfectly timed for Eastern Time, you can technically go to the Love and Legends power hour twice. But of course, we'll have to see if they continue doing that type of stuff, where, you know, maybe they'll release more power hours for more, why am I finding so many of these? But more power hours for more different time blocks in the future. And until next time, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another upload. So until then, peace out.